It was really gratifying, of course, to when the first movie came out, to see the fans react so positively and see audiences embrace the movie and go see the movie and then continue to do it, like, for they would watch it in other forms and streaming and stuff at home, and that was it's been such a gratifying process. And I think that one of the great things about the Lego sort of franchise of movies that works so well is that it works on a lot of different levels. Parents like it because there are a lot of jokes built into the parents, like a lot of other movies, and also the kids like it for obvious kid reasons. But sort of in addition to that, Lego has been such a staple as a toy and is such a sort of part of the fabric of our culture, if you will, that the parents don't just like it because of the jokes that they can relate to, but also it brings them back to when they were a kid. It's been really fun over the years taking a character who's so iconic that everybody knows and kind of bending the rules on him a little bit. And we've continued that in the Lego Movie 2, the second part. And now, as he goes on this next journey, it seems like they keep kind of feeding Batman real life experiences that everybody goes through and seeing how he deals with it, because he's so ill-equipped to deal with real life, like usually sort of relationship-based situations, whether it's family relationship or romantic relationship or whatever. And that's kind of where we're at in this movie. It kind of feels like, for me, like I've never really left. It wasn't that long ago that Lego Batman came out. So we went right from the Lego Movie right into Lego Batman, and then kind of right on the heels of that back into this. So it's been, I think I've been working on these movies for like the last 8 years or something, 7, 8, it feels something like that. It's been crazy. And it's a real part of my life, and running in and seeing all the people who I work with on it and at various stages of production. It's really kind of a cool process. It's very rare, I think, doing what I do, that you get to have these kind of long-term relationships working on something with a bunch of people that you really like. When you're doing these animated films, you're in the booth with the director most of the time. Oftentimes, he's the one who's feeding you the lines from the other characters, because you usually don't work with other actors. And so you get a real sense. Directors obviously kind of control the tone and the flow of a movie. They get to do it even more because they're actually feeding you the line the way that maybe they've imagined it being, et cetera, et cetera. So it really does become this kind of back and forth of doing the scene with the director. And Mike is so great. He's one of those guys. He just wants everybody to be the best version of themselves. He really, he understands that putting you in the best position to deliver the funniest line or create the funniest moment is going to be better for the film. And he's always looking to kind of create that environment. One of the great themes about this movie, though, I think, is this notion that we should all be able to play together and kind of get along. And I think that's really, that's a theme that kind of was born out of the first movie. Of course, it was about a son's relationship with his dad and, amongst other things. And we've kind of continued that in this movie. And it's really about people getting along, family members, siblings specifically, and their ability to kind of get along. And really sort of on a more universal level, if you will, this idea that we're all kind of in this together. And what do we have to do to figure out how to work together, to play together, to get along, and to share in this environment together. And I think that's really such a great message that hopefully that will come through and that people will take that away. And it's such a great positive message too.
Hey there, here's today's Daily Fact. Now, Waterworld, the critically panned Kevin Costner action movie, couldn't manage to stick to a budget of $100 million, thanks to difficult sets and major demands allegedly made by both cast and crew. In fact, the set itself, built in the middle of the ocean instead of on a soundstage, was so difficult that everyone involved had to jet ski to it. In the end, the movie cost a staggering $175 million to make. Now remember, click here below to subscribe, or over here for more great content.